Hello and welcome. Right, now then, I'm going to do this live this time. I've been looking around with my mods, which means when you destroy a mod and you change it in the game, it then becomes another mod, and the name changes, and the old mod disappears. Now, obviously, we bought a front box and the fertilizer spreader, which has got, obviously, a value to us. Also, if it did have things in it, which it did, then that also would have spin. The contents, it's tough. It really is. Now then, we do need to be grabbing our... Oh, no. Still got my trailer. I haven't done any tweaking on that at all. Oh no, I've just restarted it, haven't I? Let's drop that for now, because now we need to be... we need to be like getting this ready for harvest, because there is a lot to do. I'm not going to a time lapse, but I thought I'd sort this out first, because it's only fair. We did sort of already, and money is important. Not sure whether because of the trouble we have got... Yeah, the other thing is, I would mention last session about fertilizer. No, we can't set a worker going, because only me can do the baling. I would like to get that done, though. I don't want it to, like, just build up. But yes, I will go into a times and I'll do the baling. I know the grass needs doing as well. You can see, yeah, this is going to cause me an issue on New Riverbend Springs, where I've not had any complaints about not doing it, so we're going to do it. So we're going to stick the money back in, but what I think I'm going to do is we'll give myself full value, because it just makes up for the like contents that I've lost. So 2777 is what we're going to give me for the... Well, let's add up the other one as well. Yeah, now that's gone down in price, but we paid 7,000 for it, so that it's the intrinsic material value that we actually paid for it. And I will be once generous and let me actually have the full amount. So we want 7,7 for the front box, which is what we paid for it, and we also want 2777 for the fertilizer spreader. But I am going to swap that only because of the worker issue. Yeah, and I will get around to what I was talking about. Now, I've sort of done some testing. Now, Giants do not like you tweaking the liquid fertilizer. It's like, it says it's an illegal operation when you... No, that's what we want to do. Yeah, it comes in the game, and then when I do to check the mod's happy, it comes up with a red thing and says illegal operation. So basically, they do not like you tweaking like prices on liquid fertilizer. It's like a given that you can't do that. That's why mine's not working, not because of any other reason. I've tried to do that mod over and over again, and it won't allow me. So I was going to use the spray for like the liquid fertilizer, because I thought, well, that does, but there is now a beautiful fertilizer spreader. So seed tanks, this is what I've been doing. I've adjusted this. I'm trying to make a front box, and obviously in time I'm going to make a proper model box, even if mine doesn't tip like the other ones we had. It doesn't have to be a front bucket, it's just a storage device. I've added potatoes, because if you ever wanted to plant potatoes, it's sort of got everything covered bar... No, there are seeds for vegetables. Yeah, I wanted it as a planter assister, or as an auxiliary box that's active as well, because it is got special abilities in so much as you can fill this. If I can like tweak the model and then have this, then basically it'll be perfect. Storage is not too cheeky, it's just a little bit bigger than the actual box. It can accept potatoes, lime, seeds and fertilizer, it says there. Now we are going to buy that one. Yeah, we don't want the front weight either, it gets in the way. Yeah, I think we actually paid more thinking about it. I think we had the front weight on ours. It's going to cost us, but I think obviously all things considered, the fertilizer spreaders, there is this... Yeah, I'm not giving up on my Salek, and it's not going to be a Salek. I'm going to go to the BI Industry range, and we're going to make one similar. Not going to rip the Salek off, but we are going to make one very similar, with a better spread, a slightly bigger... more like a 1.4 cubic meter, but I like the shape. I'm going to stick to that. We're going to get better casters on it, so it's more like a 24 or 28 meter, an intermediate, whereas this is a beautiful 42. They've done what I did with mine. They've added lime, so this is the first in the game lime version. I mean, well, mine's in the game, but it's not in the game for everybody, that's what I mean. We're going to go with... You can put the attacher on this. I love this. It's a really beautiful... Got to be honest, the Coon range It's absolutely amazing. They have got some of my absolutely favourite bits of kits in the entire game. You can put transport wheels on it, but which also, yeah, it's not really for like what you think though. That it's more like for storage. So yeah, we're going to leave it attached as standard for now. Not going to put the covers on because we're being cheapskatey. I am going to change this though because this is really nice. It has that beautiful the Coon label. It looks really gorgeous. So we're going to have it as it is, 16,550, with the amount that we shouldn't be too much worse off than we actually were. Right, fantastic. Because if I remember rightly, although I know it's not important right now, so we have took quite a nosedive, but we have got these back. They were important to the Let's Play, so and they're really useful. I love this run box. Surprising now, something like that, how important that is, and we haven't got any like normal boxes. So as I said, I'd like to change this and go to BI Industries, and we'll change the design, but like literally have very similar to this, only just like the wheels also make a mess. Although I like the wheels a lot, I think the wheels are really quite useful sometimes when you're doing this, you know, like normally it really is quite useful because truthfully I think this is probably one of the best designs from boxes for the fact that it has got wheeled support. Now obviously you can't use that like normally, as yeah, you really can't. So still looking for a tractor. We've just sort of blown the cash, but let's get on with doing the yeah, in fact we're probably better off to use the other tractor. So that's everything that's fixed. We now need to get on with the baling. And also, like, not make ourselves... Ooh, okay, no, I wasn't trying to bring that out. I've got it stuck somehow. I've pulled it too far that away. As you do sometimes. Yeah, I mean, we've bought a lot of equipment. The canola is... I think, yeah, it was just the dregs, isn't it, of the canola. Did we do another field of canola as well? Or did we do all... I think, no, we were getting ready for canola, weren't we? We were doing all fields of this, if I remember rightly. And then we've got our grass field. We're sticking things away, which is good. I'd like to put a bit of a shed... Oh, I don't know that it would go well. That's the trouble. Yeah, sometimes these gaming conventions are the way to go, aren't they? So we've just blown any real... We've spent an extra 10 grand, but it is again something that's necessary. So right, let's get on with this. I'm going to say my words. Yeah, I wanted to get on with this. I'm not very well. I'm not. I've been off work nearly all week, and I still feel absolutely terrible. But didn't want these to suffer, and I can concentrate. It gives me something to concentrate on actually do this. So I'm quite enjoying the fact that I'm not. Yeah, I've got something to do. So, did we feed the animals this morning? I would presume we did. I would presume at this time of day it would be absolutely yes. Oh, and that's something else that I've done. I have made a manure bunker that's more reasonable. Now, there were lots in FS22. A shed load. Bernie's was my absolute favourite. In fact, I used to use his every single time. Now, he has done something, but he hasn't done like his sets now, which I would imagine there's an awful lot of converting going to go into Bernie's set. And now most modders at the minute are converting. Yeah, they're going to bring in the models from FS22 because it is a lot easier. Yeah, creating from scratch is a really difficult thing to do, and I know because that's what I'd like to do with the Razek, and I'm fully aware that that's going to take me a long time. Now I have actually put my... I shall show you. I've made a bit of a mistake with the icons, but that's all. So yeah, let's carry on as well, because otherwise I'm going to get collared by this. We'll go off the edge of the field once this is filled, and I shall show you what I've got in for Giants Test. It won't get past. I know this. It's cheeky, but I thought it was actually. I thought this time yeah, no, it works. There's nothing wrong with it at all, and it's. Let me show you. I'm quite proud of this. This took quite a lot of effort actually. Now it is in both seeders and planters. The only thing you'll notice is that my icon is completely wrong. That's because that's the mod icon and it shouldn't be the shop icon, and I've done that. Ah, okay, so that's interesting. So if you look at the seeder one, and it's the same one, it doesn't show everything that it shows in the planter one. Well, that is odd. So you've got to buy it seemingly as the planter version, because the seeder version somehow, because I've shown it in that section, only shows the seeder section. So really, what I'll do is I shall remove it from that. It looks that's why they in FS22 everyone always used to put it in the planter section, because it obviously nobbles the capabilities of the seeder. This planter shop thing allows it. So you can see this is a little bit special. It's got the planter modules as well as the seeder modules. It is an adapter. It's the Kuhn Super 3TI S. Actually, I've got to do something with the name. You can see it's in the name below. Kuhn Maxima 3TI Super. Yeah, and it's is dearer than the normal one, which, yeah, really, it's done on purpose. You'll also note that it's a little bit bigger on the storage, and it is a little. That's the two modules rather than the single, and that's 595 mine's 1254, including the two boxes. Yeah, I don't know why mine's a bit different, but it is quite a bit, not silly bigger though. And the only option is mine is also a no-till. Yeah, this is a no-till version. It has got the little cultivators, you can see that, and I've switched them on. So yeah, we shall see. I doubt very much it'll get nothing wrong with it, but again, this is Giants. I doubt very much it'll actually get put through testing, because they are very, they want what they want, and it's, yeah, sometimes your face doesn't fit, or like it's not what they want with the game at the minute. It might be passed in a year when FS25 is old, and they're okay with that at the minute. I mean, I'm surprised the one with the lime went through, so that's quite a nice surprise, right? Actually, it probably isn't a bad idea. You're actually passing the trailer. To me, it seems a bit silly that we do like ignore this fact, and we'll stick that in, and then we'll crack on. Yeah, so it. Again, it is only, I know, because obviously I'm talking to other modders, and I will definitely, I think it's modders like anything. I suppose it's like doctors stick with doctors and modders stick with modders, and yeah, I will be seeking advice, and I already am like looking at Lambo mods on YouTube. He's a great, and Farmer Bob for like doing maps, and that's not, I'm more into the equipment side of things rather than, oh, I think I might have just switched the straw off. Nope, I didn't. They've changed the button actually, it's not the same as it used to be. Right, let's set that going. And I did mention the time lapse, I just wanted to sort of share that. I'm bubbling over with it a bit, but yeah, I really don't think it's, even though there's nothing wrong with it, and I've done, yeah, the only thing I've done wrong that I can see is the icon is the wrong icon for the store. I've got the mod icon that is the one that you would see on the mod loading page, and I've got that as a store icon. So yeah, I've mixed my icons up, which I did all my testing to make sure it was like not wrong and not causing errors in the game. It took me quite a lot to get all of those modules working together, but it's done, so we shall see what we shall see. It's literally on the module for testing, but we shall see what we see. Yeah, I'm really quite doubtful the Giants will let it in at the minute, but you never know. Yeah, and you've got, I already had one rebuttal at the beginning about like base game edits, so, but I thought, well, I don't mean it nasty. All the ones are the same. The converts from FS22 to FS25, they're not new models. It's just somebody rejigging what we've already got. I mean, I'm not going to nick anybody else's from FS22 and import it. I do honour that. But it is a different model. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people, yeah. I mean, I've got to be honest. This is what I was sort of saying before about modding. H2 Studios did it, Omatana did it in FS22, lots of modders. Yeah, the entire TARDIS range is rejigged, yeah, by Omatana. They do it all the time, so it's like if your face fits, you'll get away with it, and if it doesn't, you won't. If you're a new modder like myself, who's really in the infancy of modding, then yeah, it's, oh no, that's wrong. Then obviously I'm not, your face doesn't fit at the minute, and like Giants are probably more strict with you. But I mean, I don't mean it nasty, but playing this game and seeing what I saw with FS22, that's a bit hypocritical, because I'm not being nasty. Omatani rejigged she added functions. That's all I've done. I've just added functions to an existing mod, and I've not tried to rebadge it as my own, even though I could call it a lizard brand. A lot of people do that. It is a Coon model, and I wish Coon to have the credit, and it's just a super model, which again, it's a possible. It is possible that you could do that, to be honest. The modules, I'm quite sure, could be, again, I did say this, the roper that we've got at the minute, that again is another one that is a rebadged Giants one that has had the functionality of the vegetables added to it. That's all I've done, just added the planting and seeding version of that. So to me, I can't see what I've done wrong. When other people can get away with doing that, then really I've done the same thing. I don't see why I should be penalised for it, where it's a bit of, but again, it is like I just said, if your face fits. So we shall see what we shall see. I'm expecting often they fail first time as well, and I mean, if Giants wish to be particular, and they are very particular about, I mean, it's quite crazy what a modder has to go through. Not going to go into the technicalities, because that's a different matter, but you don't have to dot your T's and cross your I's. They want it in the icon to meet this particular criteria. Just, like, it sort of seems controlled to a great degree when it's really unnecessary. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know why it fits better with the game. So really, I am trying my best to, like, do the icons as the game requires them, as DDS files. It's just that sometimes Giants wants them to be an exact compression algorithm, and it doesn't really matter. The game doesn't care. It doesn't. But again, it's that control thing that Giants, and I do understand control is the best way of things working properly. So I'm not having a go, I'm just explaining. But yeah, I'm really not expecting that one to pass testing. I think I'll be accused of spamming the mods up again, even though I've only put one mod in. So we shall see what we shall see. It doesn't take them long to actually go, and especially if it's if they're not going to take you seriously. I think the other only took about 5 or 6 days for them to get around to saying don't spam the mods up, even though I'd only put 2 mods in. So yeah, both of which obviously failed. Well, they didn't fail testing. Giants just failed them. That's what I'm saying. It's not like a fair. They weren't bad. They just didn't. Said they didn't want base game edits, which, as I say, is not really true, because we've seen lots of base game edits already. The Roper, and we've got some original ones as well. And I've got to be honest. This is what I'm saying. What a modder has to go through to actually complete a mod is quite extensive. It really is. To make a model, the digital, like CAD diagram of or if they make it piece by piece from a photograph and then import it, and all that is a lot of work. It really is, which is why most modders will use another model, similar model. I mean, there are some master modders out there like JHHG and Sid Modding. Now they are absolute wizards, and there's people like Farmer Bob who are really good with farming ones. He is so good at that type of thing, it's amazing. Yeah, again, I'm not going into technicalities, but I'm just saying it has made me appreciate, and I always did know that, I really, but I didn't know, like any of us, I didn't know the extent of how much work goes into one little mod that we've got, like hundreds. Yeah, that's because hundreds of people have spent hours. Yeah, I was thinking of the Colossus range. They're all ripped off models, and I don't mean it as a sound either. What I mean is reused. That's not to say ripped off, because that's sort of implying that Chris S and Riley S are ripping off them. They're not at all. What I mean is there's still a lot of effort in, especially in FS25, the colour and the material templates, which I'm getting technical now, is an awful lot more different to FS22, an awful lot more. There's a lot of, you can't just import from FS22 and it works. You've got to completely change every single material that you had in FS22 so that it works in FS25. That is a lot of work. It is. But I mean, it's an awful lot more work to actually create a mod from scratch where you've got nothing. But what I mean is a lot of the modders also don't go to that extent because it is a lot of work. I mean, Sid Modding has got I mean, my favourite of his is the twin screw. So the Colossus is a class which I think I sort of showed in FS25. It's an identical model to one of the classes, and it's obviously the colours are different. Matana's done the carrot, the class carrot. That is the TARDIS, the biggest TARDIS model that we had throughout FS25 was a rebadged carrot with different colours. So she changed the colours. Again, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not. This is not me having a go at any of these modders. I really appreciate how much work goes in. So if you can use the shed because you want the shed as the base for production, I really understand totally why you're not going to make from scratch. Of course, Matana has. When she started in FS25, she didn't. She like used the existing models that Giants had got. But I'm not being funny, but she then went on to modding, and she's a grand mistress. The amount of mods that Matana does, she is an absolute whiz at modding. One of my favourite modders, to be honest. She is. The impact that Matana's mods have on my game are huge. So I'm not having a go. I've got and Missy B likewise. Nikki was a modder that was got my attention a lot in FS22 as well. Oh, why am I doing that? I'm not full. Yes, you may. I am not myself. I am, yeah, definitely like a little bit like more crazy than normal. Yeah, I do things that are not. That's just me not being my normal self, even though I do things even when I am my normal self. So I'm just a bit worse. But yeah, ultimate credit to all of the modders. I mean, I've got my favourites. There are certain names in modding that's excellent, like 82 Studios, Rory Christie, Omatana, Black Sheep Modding, one of my favourite modders. Yeah, and there's others as well. DD Mod Passion, without a shadow of a doubt. The impact of his Courseplay team, who seem to be shilly-shallying around at the minute. I keep going on every week and there's still no news. Yeah, I would imagine Courseplay is a nightmare of a system to actually convert to FS, from FS22 to FS25. Although, of course, these guys are wizards. Yeah, again, a bit like Omatana. I'm a baby by comparison. I'm at the very infancy of my modding sort of career. I understand that. I know enough to know that I know very little. Truthfully. Right, okay, we'll wait till you get down to the bottom and we will grab you like we did last time because it seems a bit sensible. Yeah, we'll just follow them down and then jump ship and literally stick that in before it does the turnarounds. Yeah, what, half done the biggest fields, although the others are getting bigger. And also, we are going to need, I think the thing that's holding us back the most is a tractor. So this year, the biggest thing we need to do is definitely a tractor. But I think we might need to, oh, this is getting old, really painful on the slowdown of the saves. Yeah, no. We might need to like do yeah, I'm trying to think, probably the bread is not a bad way to go to grab a, I mean, yeah, the other thing is obviously we're not going to win. Now, did I get the liquid tanker? I'm going to have to check in editing. Yeah, whether we did or we didn't. What I mean is we could really make, would be nice to make some bread. Yeah, it would, because it is another thing that's still good on hard economy. I've tried the cannery. It's weird. It is good. I mean, it's better than selling grain, but you're better with long grain, right? It's weird. Yeah, there's certain things you've got to try and find your little niches of what works best for what and what gives you the most money. And I have found that long grain rice, you can make boxes of rice, and it's an awful lot worth an awful lot more than the bagged rice that you do with the short grain rice. So the short grain rice has not been shown love on the cannery, whereas the long grain rice has. And it's knowing these things which I think are quite important. Did we leave that last? I think we did. Let's just let him... Yeah, there was a few bits and bobs that I'd not finished. Yeah, so it's sort of trying to find where the mushrooms on Hutan Pantai, I upgraded from the little one that you get given at the beginning, and I got the big one, and oh boy, it is a good. I am nicely surprised by that. We might have a look at greenhouses, and I might adapt a couple to make them a little bit more, but I would like to change. Well, I don't know about greenhouses. I think nearly everyone stuck to the models of greenhouses and just changed them a little. Yeah, there was a lot of that went on. That's what I'm saying. It's I may well do that. I have done the manure bunker, as giants call it. Yeah, I have done that. But I'm doing something wrong because I'm trying to change the colours. I've been on a few modding things and I'm doing what they say changes the colour, but it's not changing the colour. So it's a standard boring, just to convert to a standard mod of the giants one, but an awful lot cheaper. Like Bernie used to do, where you're getting it for, it's not 25 grand. I'd like to change it so that you can grab it out by backing a trailer up. You can switch it on, and that's the one I've got at present is the bog standard one. Now we've got the fluffy mod, so we can empty it really easily, but for those who haven't, you've got to bucket it, and that's a bit mind-numbing. Even I know it's a game, and that's what I'm saying, it's a convention. It's not that it's wrong, and there are some, if you really want in your... Now I like to keep the flow of things good, which means that although I do like realism, then I've got to get this right, I do like realism, but if it's at the expense of it's going to take me a lot of time to do an act, and it's going to slow the Let's Play down, because I realise your time as a viewer and subscriber, yours is the most important thing, and I try to respect that, because I already expect you sort of to... I don't do... yeah, I was thinking about this, and I still think I'm right. Really, we provide content to show you a journey of a farm. If I don't show you how I got there, really, that is the journey, is how I got to where, from A to B. So if I'm going to sort of demand that you... Not that you demand it, but what I mean is, if I present my content where you've got to watch time lapses, you don't have to watch this all, by the way, but what I mean is, you could watch with me from start to finish, and you could see that I didn't cheat and all the rest of it. Whereas a montage proves nothing. It only shows I've got from A to B, but it doesn't show how I got from A to B. And I've got to be honest, I know myself. I'm not saying that you, as a content creator, if it is your goal to show content where you do montage and that, you really don't have to do things. When I say honestly, the game... DJ Goham has obviously made a career out of like pushing rules. I mean, he openly admits that. I'm not having a go at him, and there's nothing wrong with that. He exploits weaknesses of the game, and he will, use equipment that's cheeky. That everyone else, like I always insist on using equipment that's the right speed and all that type of thing, because I'm trying to play under the pressures that a farmer actually faces. Whereas DJ Goham is wanting to do farming as quickly as possible, and he will use any exploit. When I say any, I'm not. What I'm saying is he will use exploits. I can't say any. That's a bit of a generalisation. But yeah, he will use that, and that is where people like it. They either like that about him, whereas a lot of people want to see realistic. But he's got a lot of subscribers. It speaks for itself. So a lot of people love that. And that is DJ Goham. And that's what I'm saying. That's what you watch his channel for, is that kind of thing. He's also very good, very factual. I like him. I like his zaniness. He's not my favourite, but nevertheless, he does some cracking news articles and very high quality guides on how to do things. So yeah, he is one of those, like Farmer Cop and Mr. TDP would be my first choice, nearly always. Yeah. I do like Frithgar as well, although I don't get much chance to watch because I'm too busy creating content, which I do enjoy. So anyway, I do believe the rest of this, I think we're going to let's just lift that before we Yeah, I think we're going to go into a time lapse because otherwise this is going to take a long time for you, and I must have been waffling now for at least half an hour. So yeah, I'm saying my words. I think we've covered everything. I just wanted to sort of show the progress of like, yeah, my modding and what I have actually done. It was not an easy one. That was actually did take quite a while for me to get that right, because adding all those functions, I had to tear to pieces a lot of giant. I mean, what I mean is open the mods and see how you do planting and how you do seeding and how you do vegetable seeding and all that type of stuff, how you switch on the active the direct drill, all that type of stuff I had to do. I would imagine, if I'm going to be honest, and Giants have a hissy fit at one thing I've done, I'd imagine it will be over the no-till. They might not want that to be no-till. It has got like a cultivated section, but it's not like some of them really have. The Great Plains, the little one that you start with now, that has got a serious cultivator. And really, in my mind, I think it's because it's the cheapest one. And I think also, that's what I'm saying, Giants at the beginning of the game want certain things. They didn't want you to have a limer with the Amazon. They didn't want to release anything else that could lime other than the Greddle, and that was their one thing that provided that thing, and they weren't looking for anything else, a modded Razek or anything like that. That's not what they were after. But although they have now let one in that has got that feature, so they are now allowing that. So all the modders now will probably adapt ones like the Vernon one that was already there. That's just lime. I'm sorry, just fertilizer. Oh no, it's still doing that slowdown where it's not actually. You don't think you've done it, but you have. Yeah, it's better. It was really quite awful, that slowdown where your animations aren't keeping up with you, but it is definitely better. Yeah, there's a lot of updates. Yeah, really a lot of updates. But yes, I'm pleased with with not being well. I would have liked to have spent this time this week on modding, but my mind is like not what it should be. I don't think it ever is when you're not very well, so I'm not expecting that. Whereas this comes, I won't say easy, but what I mean is I don't need to concentrate a lot because you spend so many hours. It's muscle memory. I know how to. I mean, I still get it wrong because that's your mind not being at its best. Like you. Nah, come on. We nearly did. Right. Anyway, time lapse time. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other. Now, did I finish what I was saying? I think I did, yeah. Basically, yeah, I think I did. I'm sure I covered everything I wanted to, so I am going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. I know technically this is really not our land, but yeah, there's nobody else in the area to complain at present. So but it really doesn't hurt at the minute to actually drop it off on the edge of the field, technically in an area that isn't really ours. Yeah, if the farmer, someone moved next door, then I would obviously stop it. I would desist. I'm quite pleased with how the little lassie did, to be honest. Yeah, I was nicely surprised. He's done the biggest field all on his own, and has started to make progress on the second field. I knew he was nearly finished. It literally just pipped me before I was going to go over there. It's weird how your brain's quite good on timings and things like that. Right? What are you doing? You're not. So that. We have got quite a few bales. We may well, at the end of this year, actually cash them in December when the price is a little bit better, although it's not terrible at any time, really. Yeah, let's just grab that, stick that away. I'm intrigued to know how well we did. We know oats is not the bestest of things, and it's no longer the king of flour. Yeah, it's been sort of demoted in a way. It's the rices, but rice takes a long time to harvest, so yeah, all things considered, I like long grain rice if we was going to have a cannery. Yeah, that's definitely a way to go. That earns, even on hard economy, it's all about what can you make work on hard economy, really. Down to 11,601. Yeah, we are in euros, thank goodness for that. Fantastic. Wow, yeah, so I'm going to set this one going as well. I know our grass is overgrown and all the rest of it, but we've got a big pile of silage that we can take to the cows. We've only got 7 cows, so that grass field is primarily for silage for the cows. So I'm just defending myself for those. I think we're wasting a resource. I am in a way, but I'm not in another. Yeah, it's right, let's just grab this. I do realise as well this is going to be. Now this next session, I suppose I can do the 4 metre as well. I'm going to set this going to begin with, and then, yeah, because we can't do anything. We've got no money to do anything. But we have got I was going to say, I'd forgotten to put that down. I was thinking I need the car share. I'd forgotten. That's the only, well, one of the bad things about popping from Let's Play to Let's Play is the fact that, yeah, the few times I have had the end of FS25, there was just a couple of Let's Plays left to actually finish off. I was determined I wasn't going to start anymore. That was really quite nice, because you sort of come back in and you know what you've got to do, and it's really nice. You remember your equipment, because you're like thinking, oh, which one have I got on which Let's Play? It really is quite, yeah, quite a bit of a pain. Right, stick this going and we'll grab the harvest, stick that away. We as I said, yeah, I think the bales, we know we need them. We're not going to lie. Yeah, the other thing is I need to put a manure thing down. Until I've done that, there isn't a real lot of point in us doing it, because at the minute there's nothing like the slurry yard where it pays a good price for manure or slurry or anything like that. The only thing you've got is if you're self-sufficient, which means you need a manure spreader and a slurry spreader. Now there's a beautiful slurry spreader which we could incorporate, and it's only like 11 grand or something like that, which we could afford because we have now got slurry. But the other thing is you need quite a bit of slurry. I think at the present got something like 7 tons. That won't even do a load. That's one load. Yeah, not even a single load. So there's no point in thinking about like buying something like that, because we're not equipped. So I'm quite happy to not have the manure thing, because we could stick to just the slurry and it's going to produce more slurry. Or, well, I don't know how the rules work in FS25, whether Giants have changed it. The straw doesn't go down unless you've got a manure bit. That much I do know, which obviously that's a little bit sort of does suggest that Giants have done what they always did before, which is that the manure is based on the amount of like straw you've got, not the amount of animals. But you never know, they might have changed it, so you can't ever really say. So yeah, how did we do? No, we didn't stick everything in, did we? We had about 7 odd tons in that, so we will show in the silo. So that means that the time saving stock check will know. So if we add Yeah, that's true. We have got a bit of wheat. We could also... Oh, look at that straw. That's 26 grand's worth of straw. I mean, we want to keep some, but if we got rid of 500 grand, that's probably 22,000. For us, that's a lot of cash. Again, we could do the oats to just sell. And if we haven't got... Yeah, we've got... Oh, the canola oil has done very well now. Now, that's the point? Let's not rush off. Let's see. Do we need to top this up with canola? And is it... Yeah, we knew we might... Oh, no, we're all right. So 15 tons is we will need to shift a few of these out. Like literally, yeah, when... did we buy the quick on this? Or have we got a normal... Let's have a look. Could be on the end. I don't think I've taken... Oh, yeah, I've got the quick. I can sort of see the orange. Yeah, so we've got the quick. Not necessarily the best, actually, for doing this. It seems to cause a bit of issues at the minute. It's not quite... It was always a little bit finicky, but I think the normal bale loader actually has got a bit of a jump on it, really. So, yeah, I'm quite... so that's trundling away nice. So we're going to soon have to shift some of these out of the way to make room. We're doing canola in a big way again at the end of the year, but I do think we've got to be careful because we've not run out of canola yet, and it's July, which means, mind you, yeah, but it's not going to be till next year, is it? So we will have run out of canola by the time that canola comes in. But if we're expanding our fields, which I think we should do, although we're not really producing enough cash, it's really about... we need to like expand slightly, not necessarily on... I mean, yeah, that is a point. What have we got? Yeah, because ours is all in the... So yeah, it is canola oil. Is that obviously buffalo milk is an awful long way off being anything. So I'm not worried even about putting a dairy down because we've not got anything. It's very slow, buffalo milk, very slow. We've only got 7 cows, so that's probably 2 or 3 months. I think I've got 10 or 15. Well, we've got 30 now. We did 15 in the first year on River Bend Springs, the new one, and we've now got 30. And obviously, there's only like 15 still producing milk, but we produce a tiny little amount. It's not the normal amount that we used to in FS25 for buffaloes, but they're cheese, which is very painfully slow on Giants, is even painfully slow on mine. So yeah, I need to up that a little bit, so that it's a bit that you can at least get a ton a year, because it's 8,000, and that's... my eyes popped. I thought, oh, that's a good little earner on hard economy. Yeah, it is, but it'd probably take you 3 years to make a ton. So yeah, it's it's one of those where your eyes pop and you think, oh, I found a really good way of making money. Not necessarily. Not at the minute. Yeah, so... trying to think. Yeah, so the bales, that's going to produce quite a lot of cash. We say we could sell all the oats. That's why we really did do it, and we're doing 25,000. And we could sort of play it by ear on... I mean, of course, the other thing is we could keep doing the grass and do an awful lot of silage. But even that's not worth... It is a way to go. You could do it, and it is a good way to earn money. But I think we've not really got the equipment. The grass, that's why I've down tools on the grass, because, yeah, we can zip over, and we did zip over the entire field. That reminds me, did we... with the clamp... No, that's not a clamp. I don't... Yeah, the clamp... You can't jump to a clamp, can you? Or not that particular type. That's the closest thing. Let's visit. And it is over here through this little lot of... Oh, yeah. Just can't remember if we actually filled it. I don't think we did. I think we left it. We were going to grab the grass, and I need the massey for that. So it is something... Yeah, that's right. We did empty. That's where I've got the pile over there. But we could sort of... because the grass that we put down isn't going anywhere. So we could stick as much as I possibly can, so that we have got some silage to take off. Is that going to do anything? Is it a good idea to have a bit of a bump at the front? Probably, actually. It could be by design. It has got a slight bit of a bump. Yeah, so maybe it is. yeah, so we could do that. I mean, it is all about maximizing, but the other thing is it's the amount of labor in comparison to what you get out. I mean, what we're doing, the harvesting and all the rest of it is I mean, because yeah, it's not just like one. We're prepping the fields. That's the one of the biggest things because our equipment is small. Luckily, we've got two 4 meters, so with the two, it's not too bad. Now, if we'd got a stone picker and the 12-meter plough, but again, we've not got the ability to use it. We are short of a big tractor, and we're a shed load away of actually. I mean, I don't mind getting a. Oh no, we knew about that. Yeah, and we did know about that. That's the standard one. Yeah, we knew about all of that. I remember seeing it, and that is a good price. It is. I'm pleased with that, but we've not got the cash. If that was a bit bigger, I'd go for it. I would. I'd even go out on the limb and we'd get a loan. And it's not terrible, but we've already got a tractor that's bigger than that. The 160 can be upgraded, I think, for about 20 grand to a 225. But it still hasn't got a front 3-point link. It is one of those things that is hampering us. We can't properly. We've got the beautiful mower set now, and we can't properly utilize it. We've got the fluffy mods. That is brilliant. We can. I'm quite happy at 17 and a half, nearly 18 tons of grabbing that off there. Yes, we could do the bigger one, but again, we can make do. Farmers have to do it all the time with equipment that's not quite good enough. So we could do that, but again, we still really need a tractor with a 3-point link on the front to actually do that properly. So, but I suppose we can sort of do. I could even set a worker going with the Challenger, and it would do that entire field. I think, even though it would do it improperly, it's still. Oh, we have a short of a windrow as well, though, aren't we? That's the thing. I mean, that does windrow. I suppose it does. It does windrow, sort of. Yeah, you can sort of see if we hover over that field. Yeah, I was going to say, I did press it. It's this way. I'm going the wrong way. Yeah, you can see. They're quite big windrows. I mean, obviously, the grass has grown over them. We can see that only because we're looking from above. There's a lot of windrows. If we cut that again, whether it's me or a worker, we can at that point get some massive windrows. So the grass is adding up. Giants thankfully have kept the same as FS22, where it doesn't just disappear in a puff of smoke in the rain, which is a feature that everyone hated in FS19, and that's not been brought back, thankfully. But you never know. Yeah, the same as like trampling over your grass with your big thick wheels. Doesn't do anything for a few iterations. Was brought back on a few maps in FS22, which I enjoyed because I'd never ever experienced that. But I enjoyed it for about 10 minutes, and then it got old soon. But because using narrows on some of your tractors, it reduces the traction, so therefore it was a much harder job to do everything. And some tractors can't have narrows, but like it is, it's the game. You've got to work with the mechanics that you've got. So yeah, we've prepared this. Our main thing is our arable. We've got trying to break into cows, which we are doing, and each month that we push forward, the good thing about them at present is they really don't. I mean, as I said, we could let the milk build up to 60 tons and then we could buy a dairy, and it would be really worth doing. And I might have another go at adjusting the dairy, because the mozzarella side of it is terrible. I mean, the Giants is awful. Mine is 5 times quicker, and I still have only got 500 litres after almost 2 years on well over a year on I must have had the animals for well over a year, and we still haven't even got a ton of mozzarella, and mine's 5 times faster. I think Giants was 0.2 and mine's 1, so mine's, and it's still awful. So I mean, on the Giants one, I think I'd had buffaloes once and I'd never have them ever again because it's so slow, really painfully slow. Yeah, right, anyway, I'm going to leave it there. It's been a good session, productive session, and these have nearly finished. These, yeah, if we look at the fields, actually, with my chatting, we're nearly done. So next session, if we leave them trundling along, I think what we'll do is we'll grab the worker, chop that, and I'll grab with the Massey. I'll get the windrows while the mower's mowing, and we will do the silage clamp as an additional because it is, we need to gather some cash together, because we do need, yeah, first top priority is a tractor, definitely. And you know that the generator, yeah, there are some super generators now, but they're too super. I would like something in between this and the radio tower. The radio tower's too good. It's like the Lortz windmill on steroids, and the Lortz windmill I thought was a little bit too powerful. Now he's brought it back out, but it's now very reasonable and only brings 2,400 a month. Well, that's what it says on the tin anyway. So this is good, but I think something like 7 grand a day would really assist enormously. So it would be nice to have something like that just up to a little bit, so that the minimum was better. I'm happy with the maximum. You very rarely get to the full 15, 16 grand, I think it is. Something like that. Let's have a quick look. I think if you go backwards, you get to generators first. Yeah, 0 to 13,920. I don't think I've ever seen 13,920. I've seen a few 9s, but none of those. So it would be, I mean, I've never seen 0 either. So, but what I mean is, it'd be nice to have an average. But I suppose 0 would mean there's been absolutely no wind all month, and that's never going to happen. So it really needs to have a better turbine system, I suppose is what I'm saying. I think where we could earn a better, yeah, I suppose it would up the top price as well. It's got to. But if you put a double powered generator in it, I might have a little tweak and see if I can do something like that myself with something like this. Because I mean, the wind turbines are wind turbines. I would probably like to change the colour, but yeah, I would have a go at that, because it's useful for us all, really. There's certain bits that are missing, that things like that are really not a bad idea. Yeah, I do wish we could get another silo like we got on multi-break, but this is managing with what we're doing. So I'm happy with sticking as we are. So yeah, so love to hear from you all on what you think, ideas, or if you found something that's like a really good thing, that's like, because there's a lot of niches which I found by doing the cannery. And I mean, I've only got so many let's plays. I do like to delve, because you don't know what's good. And yeah, I found long grain rice, which is quite easy to do. I mean, the fields are sort of not too expensive to make, but yeah, I mean, if you use a normal harvester, you can whip over a little rice field quite quickly, and that it's easy to sow, it's easy to harvest. And you could do, the cannery is a really good, yeah, let me show you. No, we've not got it. Oh no, that's not where we do it. It's this one. Yeah, if you look at your prices on this one, and what I saw was boxes of, so it's still rice box, it's called. Now the weird thing is, the rice bag, yeah, that's top 1005, which, did we get that? I don't think we did, but the rice box, now that's its lowest price is nearly 2.7 and its highest is 2.768. So that's a really good earner. Just as a little tip, something that I found out. I mean, yeah, it's weird. That's better than rice oil. Yeah, now the other thing is, obviously, the rice, I think I've tweaked the losses on all of them a little, because Giants do a 50% loss on, I don't know if they do on everything, and some things are being changed a little, which I do appreciate. Some of them have still, like the oils are still a 50% loss, which I still think is a bit too much. Obviously that's what I've adjusted on my particular one. So yes, right, I'm going this time anyway. Yeah, just wanted to share that little snippet. So all that remains to be said for this particular session is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you're going to stick with me on this journey. And I'm going to say goodbye for now.